Alrighty, let's get after it. 6/3/2025, 4:48 p.m. Sorry, I don't have my contacts or my glasses on, so yeah, my sight's a little not that good right now. That's okay. Honestly, let's just leave off our pickup where we left off. We were having a little conversation before this, so just talking about meal prepping and stuff like that. And talking about how like ground beef like get super bored of it fast, and I was talking about like I want just like ground venison just for like the macros, and honestly, then we got to the debate where a quarter-pound burger is it's like a pretty good sized burger.
Dude, it's not. Because the thing is though, like when you do anywhere you go, especially like you go to a fucking restaurant, it's a half-pound burger. Well, it's a half a pound before it's cooked. Once all the fucking moisture's cooked out of it, it's damn near down to a third of a pound. So like you could take a half a pound of meat and cook it, but it really
That's
ain't
still
ever
like a decent amount though. I mean,
yeah, I'm not saying it like a half a pound burger is what a burger should be.
yeah,
I think so.
I'm not eating a pound of meat though. Basically the discussion was because per pound venison has 139 grams of protein, which is like really, really good. I mean, even half a pound, that's still roughly, I can't do math. Let's just say 60 grams of protein. Let's just say, because obviously it's going to shrink like you were saying or whatever. Say 60 grams of protein for half a pound. That's still a ton.
Yeah,
that's still a lot.
There's 65 grams of protein in an entire pound of beef, ground beef.
Yeah. So
it's literally double.
I mean,
it's double.
Nuts.
Yeah,
and,
it is nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still have some left over. I could give you a couple pounds if you want. I think I do still. I probably still have, I think, like 10 pounds or so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, how long is it good for, though, frozen?
There's people who fucking keep it for a year, 2 years. Just depends. But, like, I mean, I don't know. This last batch is from... Was it from this most recent year? Yeah. It's from this most recent season, so...
Still good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude, we just rip it. We're just going to... Actually, we're going to convert to a cooking podcast where we're just going to make recipes and stuff like that. Speaking of cooked, the White Sox got absolutely cooked last night.
I watched that game, actually. I watched the whole thing.
It's
there's no Cubs baseball. There's
abysmal.
no good baseball on.
They lost 13-1. Then they also lost their hopes of building a stadium in South Loop, right on the river. The Chicago Fire, I'll pull up the article. I mean, not really the article, but like the headline. The Chicago Fire managed to do it, and obviously a much smaller market than the Chicago White Sox. So, 1 second, I'll pull it up. The Chicago Fire are building a $650 million soccer stadium at the 78 in the South Loop. So obviously we've seen all the renderings, like how they could build a Wrigleyville basically if they were to have bought that property or built the stadium there. But obviously Jerry Reinsdorf was like, well, I would, half of it publicly funded would be nice. Granted, again, it would cost more than I'm sure the $650 million because this one's only estimated to hold like 28,000 people or something like that. So it would have to be a little bigger to be an MLB stadium because I think
significantly. But I mean,
I think right now it's only like 35,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Wrigley's 40,000 or 41,000.
Yeah.
So I mean that's to compete with. I mean you
probably need another $100 million just for the stadium. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
Granted, the owner, Joe Mansueto, I believe is how you say his last name, he is paying for all of it. So this guy, and I just want to see this first. How much are the Chicago Fire worth? Like what? Let's just see. Actually, I'm going to see how much this guy's worth because there's no reason why Jerry Reinsdorf wouldn't be able to do this himself. I mean, think about the amount of money that he's going to make back just from if he were to have done this, Okay, so this guy's worth $6.6 billion.
Really?
Yeah.
What else does he own?
I'm 1 sec.
Also, the Chicago Fire are currently valued at $530 million. They're near the bottom of the MLS clubs, like the listed clubs.
He is the owner and executive chairman of Morningstar Incorporated. I don't know what that is. Morningstar Incorporated.
I've heard of that. What is Morningstar? It's like
Financial services company. That's what it is. A platform for our authors to report on investments fairly, accurately, and from the investor's point of view.
It's not the thing that I was thinking of then.
But either way, okay, so this guy's worth a lot of money. Let's see how much Jerry Reinsdorf is worth.
Did not see how much he's worth, but the Sox are worth $2.15 billion as a team. The franchise itself.
Jerry Seinfeld net worth? No, I don't.
He might be worth a couple billion.
$2.3 billion. He could swing it. I mean, he could swing it. That's all I'm saying. He could swing it.
He could. I just don't know because how many people own the White Sox? I don't know how many, like he owns like 17% of the team. Is he supposed to be the one that forks over the $1 billion to build the whole thing?
I'm sure there would be talks and discussions and things related to that.
Yeah, there would have to be. I personally just think that it's really not that. I don't think it's that big of a loss. I think they got to worry about getting a fucking better product on the field to begin with. Like we were talking about. Well, we weren't talking about, but it's been mentioned, at least by the Ricketts. We all knew that they barely break even. Yeah, and that's with the Cubs selling out damn near every home game.
Well, that's a lie. I mean, that's just a bold-faced lie. They're definitely not just breaking even.
Well, obviously, yeah, they're definitely not just breaking even. But like, what are the fucking Sox pulling in, dude? Their stadium's 3/4 empty, at minimum.
I forgot what I had heard. I think it was like games still. Of the year. I honestly heard it was like still like kind of a shocking amount of what they're still making, like every game.
Yeah, like I wonder what their actual revenue is.
It's something
once it's all said and done.
It's like something kind of ridiculous. You wouldn't expect it.
But again, that's off of 1/4 of the stadium being filled for maybe 20 or for like 60 games of the year, and maybe 20 games of the year they have where it's like halfway filled. Yeah. If they could figure out a way to even get it halfway filled for all 81 home games, you're gonna double your money.
Yeah.
So like
the thing is now though is like the Nashville rumors are going to skyrocket.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's all I mean everything. There's going to be a bunch of speculation about it no matter what. But yeah, I think they need to get a better team on the field put together, like something where they can show consistent like 2-3 years of getting better and being better, and like they're making the playoffs like year after year after year at least. And then like if new stadium, like you can kind of fund it a little bit better too, let alone people be a little bit more hyped. Because, I mean, you'll build a new stadium and sure, it'll be great and all, everyone will love it for the first 40 games. For the first year, everyone gets to go once. And then it's like, all right, well, why am I going to go to Chicago and spend like hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a baseball game on a team that's still only winning 60 games a year? Like, fuck it. So that's a bummer. Also, they did get blown out yesterday. Kerry Carpenter hit 3 home runs.
Yeah.
That Detroit Tigers team is hot.
They are not playing Tariq Skubal against the White Sox.
No.
Because he's going to start Friday against the Cubs.
Yeah. That series is awesome.
Yeah.
That series is going to be fucking awesome.
It should pan out pretty good. I'm actually pretty excited.
On yesterday's game, that's crazy. Jonathan Cannon, he went 3 innings. I think he threw like 80-something pitches in 3 innings. Had 5 earned runs. Still not the worst pitching performance of the week, though, because I did want to just quickly mention Brandon Pfaadt from the Diamondbacks had, someone worded it like, not the first no-hit inning, like the first all-hit inning. He got pulled. He had 0.0 innings pitched.
Nice.
Didn't get a single out. The Diamondbacks let up 9 runs in the top of the first inning.
That's
against, I forgot who the fuck they were playing, but he went 0.0 innings, 6 hits, 8 earned runs.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. So even watching like Jonathan Cannon do that yesterday, I'm like, at least he made it 3 innings.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Holy shit, dude. That is so bad. Very funny though.
There was. Oh, here's something that I saw too. Okay, this shout out the Rockies. The Rockies got their 10th win last night, by the way. I think I also saw, I don't know how true it was. It could have been like a fake post, like not accurate post, like just like a random, like someone throwing something out there. I saw that there was only like 137 people in attendance for that game last night.
Yeah, you had the Rockies versus the Marlins.
Yeah. So, but here's something pretty awesome. as obviously they have 4 wins, so ignore this. But as of yesterday, wins since May 2, the Rockies 3, Scotty Scheffler 3.
Yeah.
So
it's insane.
The Colorado Rockies had as many in 28 games played. They had as many wins as Scotty Scheffler in 4 PGA tournaments. That's kind of disgusting.
They're 10
and also,
and 50.
It was CBS Sports that posted that. So CBS Sports is memeing them. Like, everyone's getting in on just like, these guys are ass. They're definitely going to beat the record. There's no way they don't.
I mean,
they're on worse pace. They're like already like a significantly worse pace than the White Sox were at this point last year.
Well, let's see. Right now they're 10 and 50, so you're at 60 games in. So in another 60 games, they'd be 20 and 100, and there'd only be 21 games left, right? So I mean, they're on pace to have like 25 wins.
Yeah, they're pathetic.
Holy, can you imagine if they have under 30 wins? What were the Sox? The Sox had 41?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was 41 wins.
I think it was 41 to 37 for some reason. Something ass. Either way.
Yeah.
It's something atrocious.
Something atrocious. But I mean, to be shooting for even possibly on the table under 30 wins is like, you can't even wrap your head around it.
No, I mean,
how do you fucking like?
Pathetic.
I don't understand how there could be guys that are making millions of dollars that could be this bad.
I really don't understand. This gets to the point to me where it's like the A's. I mean, it's just like, how are any of these guys like even in the bigs? Like, is this truly the best?
The A's have like
in the past, like, because obviously they've always been like pretty ass, and like for the last 15 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Or so, like, obviously give or take a few years, but it's just like, how are some of these guys like in the league? And I feel the same way about any sport, like even the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch and I'm like, who the hell are you people? Like the Patrick meme. It's like, who are you people?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, how are you here? This is insane. Like, I get it. Like, okay, obviously you made it to this point in professional sports, so you obviously can't be that bad. But at the highest point, you are the worst of the worst, and you look pathetic compared to other guys.
It's got to be an entire organizational thing. This was interesting, actually, listening to Pat McAfee's show. They had Jet Passon on, and they were talking about the Rockies.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how their owner actually just like has been trying to get a vote passed basically to put a salary cap on the amount of technology you can like the amount of money you could spend on technology for your team, because these teams go crazy with all the shit
as
now,
they should.
Well, exactly. Yeah, so clearly he's a fucking moron.
Yeah,
he's a total bozo. But like one thing the Jet was talking about, which is truly fascinating. They have this machine, and I meant to remember the name of it. God damn it. They have a machine that literally tracks every single pitch that was thrown in an entire season, and it can replicate any pitch thrown by any player.
That's nuts.
A machine, yeah. And then also it will put it has a picture of whatever pitcher you want up there. So hitters can literally face a guy that they've never faced before 25 times before they ever see him, and they know exactly what it's going to look like, this and that. So like you wonder why the game has gotten so good, and it's like that's a huge part of it. That could be a reason. Like the Rockies they do not have that shit.
No, definitely not.
Like, they're missing out on probably a whole bunch of other stuff. Let alone what is their weight room like? What is their training? What is their they're like trainers and what the fuck am I thinking of? Not like medical staff. What the fuck am I thinking of?
With their conditioning staff? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's just training staff in general. But yeah, I mean, all of that shit has got to be so far behind the times.
Oh,
for them
100%.
that, like, that
Guaranteed.
is a result. Like, this is the result of all that.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's no other reason. Like you said, these guys made it to the bigs, and that's why I'm flabbergasted. Like, how are they making millions of dollars? How did you make it this far? It is just like I was saying about the Sox last year. It's almost impossible to be this bad.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I feel like I'm not saying they're trying to be bad. I'm sure they're definitely trying to win, but it's like, dude, like, are you doing this shit on purpose?
Yeah, that's how it looks. That's how it looks. Yeah.
Like, this is insane. This is the ultimate tank. It's like, hey, guys, I know the record was just broken last year, but let's do it let's do it.
It is so fantastic how that has happened.
It's insane because you think about
years.
how the gap in between the record being broken,
Yes.
and then now the potential of like, hey, it could just happen the very next year.
Yeah, and
insane.
all the heat is off the White Sox.
Yeah.
Literally could not have been a better situation to break that record.
Yeah.
And then the next year just let someone else like immediately is just, they're like, oh, thank fucking God, dude.
And it's kind of crazy because like, I mean, I've seen like a lot of White Sox Twitter, they're kind of idiots for the most part. A lot of like the big pages. But some of them make good points where it's like the White Sox are kind of like, by no means are they like a good team or like anything being excused. But watching them sometimes they actually do put on like a good performance. It's like, wow, they actually do look like a major league team. But then, like example, for like last night, it's like, no, this team is still ass. Like we still actually hate this team.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Well, like last night, I would say, I think last night's game was a good example of like, wow, this team can be fun losers in the sense of like, you got, what's his name? Chase Meidroth, whatever his name is.
Yeah, actually, I like him.
The guy who got fucking bopped in the head by a foul. Oh my God, a pop fly to second base, like literal just full on Timmy moment.
Yeah.
He made 2 incredible plays at shortstop.
I'd
last
seen
night.
that. I saw one of them. People were like, "We lost 13-1, but like, look at this play."
Exactly.
Like it's a crazy highlight.
It was crazy, and it's like so that there was still like some professionalism on the defensive side, but I mean, obviously there were some other mistakes, and then also the fucking a foul ball got hit like right in front of the dugout, and the Tigers catcher ran over there and caught like it bounced off of his glove, like he caught it and like flipped it up as he was falling, and the third baseman ran over and it bounces off the third baseman's leg, and then he catches it before it hits the ground and got the out. I'm like, what in the fuck kind of circus act is this? This is crazy. Like this is just what happens. It's just it's like in every sport. It's like hockey, football, baseball. It happens in every sport. That's when you know you're gonna be good, is when you're getting all the lucky bounces and shit.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like when things are just going your way.
Everything.
Yeah.
Puck bounces, hits the post, goes in instead of out. Fucking field goal goes off the post, goes in instead of out.
Yep.
Like just crazy shit happens. And the Tigers are on an absolute fucking tear right now. That team is
they're
really,
kind of nuts.
Really good. Yeah, their hitting is. That's why them and the Cubs. That's going to be such a good fucking series. I'm so pumped for that series, dude. I'm really excited to see where the Cubs stand because as of right now, we're a top team in the National League. We're sitting at 37-22. We got a guy who's in literal MVP voting in PCA. It's no longer just a joke. It's not just like a short hot streak. Like he is just continuing to fucking rip it up.
What if, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just throwing out a hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
What if this weekend the Tigers sweep the Cubs? Like they just bend them over and they just get their cheeks blown off. How would you feel?
I would be extremely upset because obviously you want to be able to you want to prove that you could beat a good team.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. But I wouldn't honestly be like completely butthurt about it because we have played so well all year. I've kind of just been waiting for like, when is the slump?
That's what people are saying.
Like, when is it going to, like, you're just anticipating it.
I was listening to a show and they were talking about PCA like specifically. They're like, and these guys are Cubs fans that are talking about him.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, like he is so scorching red hot.
Yeah.
But like the fall off is going to hurt really, really bad because everything he's doing is just so like elite top level play that
it's hard to maintain that.
Yeah. So it's like once gets to the point where he's not doing that anymore, it's going to be really tough to see. And it's like, yeah, I get it. Yeah. But you know, everyone has a fall from grace. Like everyone reaches, you know, the top, but even it's like, hey dude, if he's like 3/4 of that, that's still pretty damn good.
He's still going to be, that's still great. Because, he's playing out of his mind. He was the player of the month for May. I mean, he went insane. He had like 9 home runs, 8 stolen bases. I forget how many RBIs, all in May. It's like, dude, he's playing so well. I do expect him at some point to regress.
Yeah.
But also, that's not a guarantee either. Because, I mean, you look at someone like not comparing PCA to Shohei, but like, it's another one of those things where you fucking look at it, you're like, is this guy ever going to cool off?
Yeah.
And obviously he's amazing. Aaron Judge is kind of the same way. Like for the last few years, regular season wise, Aaron Judge is this guy just fucking, he's hot all year. He's going to hit 50+ home runs. And he right now he's batting like 391. He's got the highest average in the MLB.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, he's not going to cool off. So it's
Torpedo
possible.
batch.
It's possible for PCA to stay on it. Seiya Suzuki's been on one too. The whole Cubs team, they have right now they have a plus 97 run differential. That's the highest in the entire league, I believe. It's stupid, which is runs.
What is that?
The run
stat?
differential. It's runs scored versus runs allowed.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
the
makes sense,
next
actually.
person down is plus 46. So it's like a dramatic difference. And then this was an interesting one I seen. Pete Crow Armstrong and Seiya Suzuki this season are the third team in the live baseball era to have multiple players reach 50 RBIs before June. They joined the 2001, ironically enough, the 2001 Rockies with fucking Larry Walker and Todd Helton, which is an insane combo. And then the 2003 Blue Jays with Carlos Delgado and Vernon Wells. That is some mighty high territory to be in. So Seiya and PCA,
Good company.
keep it up. I love that. I love what they're doing. I hope it doesn't stop. I hope it doesn't cool off, but
We'll find out this weekend.
we'll see. I'm confident only in the sense because we started the season 2 with literally we had the hardest schedule in all of MLB to start the season between starting off our first series, like it was like Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, which at the time were better than they are looking right now. I think we played the Padres again, the Phillies. Like we went through the gauntlet in the first month, so it's kind of like.
Can you take away from that though, saying that this is the beginning of the season? These teams still need to like
For sure
get
that
together.
For sure that helps, but you're talking teams that have all been in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm not taking
these
away
are-
from it. I'm just
yeah.
throwing.
I know what you mean.
throwing
Yeah.
an argument
No,
out.
it's definitely. I was thinking it too. I mean, but typically in the beginning of the year, pitching has the advantage. The hitters aren't going yet.
Yeah.
Guys aren't familiar with what you're facing. And the Cubs were ripping off 10 fucking runs against everybody. I mean, there's a reason they have the highest run differential and everything else. Like all their stats are just absurd. So they've been hitting nonstop. That's been the best thing about this team
Yeah.
is the offense. And the pitching honestly has been pretty solid. It's actually looking better lately. It still worries me. I don't feel confident in it by time the playoffs roll around, I would say. But it has been looking better. It's kind of settled in a little bit. Palencia is out there throwing 100 miles an hour at least, fucking every pitch he throws. So he's kind of locking himself in right now as like our closer, which I love. And then even what's his face from the Mariners? God damn it, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Fake fan.
Yeah, fake fan. We're using him as a closer this year. I'm pretty sure he was a starter last year. God, I'm gonna have to look this up. Why am I forgetting his name? I want to say Chris Flexen, but that's not right. It is Chris Flexen. I was getting him confused with the Mariners pitcher that went to the White Sox, which was who was that? I'm gonna have to look this one up too.
Fake fan. Don't ask me.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're now you are the fake fan. Tyler Gilbert.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was getting those two confused. Two plain white names. But
Pretty much. Those are like very, very white names.
yeah, Tyler Gilbert is a white ass name.
Yeah. That is it's like a math teacher.
Yeah, pretty Mr. Gilbert.
Yeah.
Straight up. But yeah, baseball's still rocking. Baseball is still fucking fight.
Oh, yeah.
Just so awesome right now. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty legit. I haven't watched any baseball. I saw a good meme. I'm just gonna touch on this just because someone it was just funny. All right, we're not gonna get political. I just want to bring it up. You know, obviously it's the month of June, so you know what that means and all that stuff. So yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, it's a Pride Month. You know,
Pride of what? What are we proud of?
Sexuality. The MLB posts, obviously they update their logo, rainbow, and all that, and it says baseball's for everyone. And someone said, quote tweeted it basically saying, baseball's for everyone. Blackout in parentheses, blackout restrictions may apply.
Yeah, no shit. That sums up the entire irony of this whole fucking Pride Month thing. It's very funny how that works.
It's pretty. Yeah, I just thought that was pretty good. I'm like, yeah, it's so true because like if you want to watch like your local team, like you gotta have Marquee Network.
Exactly.
You gotta have Chicago Sports Network.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really awful. It's like, or if you have an antenna, But it's like, okay, well, for us, we don't live in the city, so there's like a good, it's. I can understand if we don't get it on the antenna, but there's people who live in the city who aren't getting it on their antenna.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's no different than like just the primetime games, even like the Yankees Dodgers series that just happened. Like you got the Yankees and the Dodgers playing a literal rematch of the World Series. It's
like on Apple TV or some crap like that.
Yeah, it was on Apple. Yeah, and it's like you got Aaron Judge leading off the top of the first with a home run, like a 455-foot home run too. And then Shohei comes up in the bottom of the first and matches it right back. Like that is something that
game,
should
right?
Be,
that's the game we're talking about.
Yeah. That should be on fucking primetime. That should be available for all to see, as many eyes to see as possible. But like,
and that's truly the problem with baseball. It's like, yeah, granted, we talked about how baseball has been so good this year, but like they're doing it to themselves in the fact of all these blackout restrictions and all this. Like, and it's the same thing with the NFL. Granted, people still watch the NFL. The NFL is like. It's kind of different. It's kind of different because that sport everyone watches it. But
I think it's a little easier for the NFL to get away with it because the NFL has all their games virtually all their games on one day of the week.
That is true.
And then on top of it,
but their primetime games are all like, well, you got to have Amazon Prime.
But most people have it. I would say a shitload more people. And that was kind of the argument I heard about like Apple TV. Like, well, who doesn't have Apple TV? I'm like, well,
I don't have Apple TV.
And I don't know anyone who has it.
Yeah,
I think a lot more people
don't. Yeah, I don't know anyone who has Apple TV.
A lot more people have Amazon and a lot more people have Netflix. So I think for the NFL, at least they went the route of like what the majority of people have.
People don't have Peacock.
Not a lot of people do have Peacock. Yeah, that was a fucking stupid move on them. I was also
well, if you have NBC, then you can still watch it, which is. But like a lot of people don't have cable. I mean, actually, I take that back. A lot more people have cable than I thought. I guess just like we haven't had cable in like years. Like I can't even remember the last time we had cable.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like people are like, I don't. Luckily, we have Peacock because we have Xfinity, and it's like part of your like having the internet.
Yeah,
it's probably like just snuck into your bill somehow. It's like they just hiked the bill up a little more. It's like, yeah, free Peacock. Like, we actually don't. But.
Nothing's free.
Yeah, but so we have Peacock, so that's fine. Yeah. But Monday Night Football is on ESPN.
That's classic.
And you can't watch that.
Where did that just happen at, dude? Some kid squeaked so fucking bad with me and Stephanie just went somewhere. It was hilarious. I tried so hard not to laugh in his face. I forget where the fuck we were, and I like ordered something, and the kid was like, it sounded a little bit problem. Like Stephanie and me just like looked at each other. I'm like, just handing him the money, and just like, as soon as we turned around, I'm like, that was fucking crazy. You could tell he's like super nervous and shit too. Whatever. I don't remember where we were. It's not important, but it's really funny.
But no, Monday Night Football though is the one that pisses me off the most because it's on ESPN.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, just if you have the ESPN app, just go have the ESPN app. Oh, well, you gotta have ESPN Plus.
I think ESPN Plus is actually like ESPN as a whole is kind of like falling apart. We've all known that it is because of just
ever since Disney bought it out.
Exactly. Yeah. Shout out Pride Month. But like ESPN's just fallen off as it is over the last decade.
Yeah, it's been pretty ass.
And now like they're trying to save themselves. Like that'll be a good point to bring up. But it's just fallen off a lot. I mean, you look at like the UFC. That's another one. It's like you got to have ESPN Plus, and you have to still buy the fucking pay-per-view. It's like this is too many steps. Now they're going to Netflix. And it's like, hey, that's a great idea. It's really smooth operations. And a lot of people have fucking Netflix.
Ooh, okay.
Like,
I don't know if I'll say smooth operations.
So far it has been.
We have seen the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight and how that went.
That's a little bit different, though. Yeah, I will say that's a little different. And I think that was a good test run for Netflix to be like, how many people can we handle all at once?
And obviously not as many as they thought.
Not as many as they thought.
Granted, the NFL game went fine. That was okay because a lot of people were like very skeptical on how that would go.
Yeah, that didn't go bad actually.
No, that actually went fine. It was good. It was good. Like it was fine.
Did it though? Wait a sec. I'm trying to think. Why do I feel like we were shitting on it?
Well, I think like the broadcast just kind of sucked. If I do remember, it's like at the beginning, it was doing like it would buffer, and then it kind of like got situated. But I don't know if like it's just because people were like, you know what, fuck this. It's just like the fight. Like we're done. We're not watching this.
Oh, that was because that was the Christmas Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Christmas Day. It was Chiefs Raiders.
Chiefs Steelers.
Was it Steelers?
Steelers, yeah, that was in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I thought it was the game that
that was a close
the Raiders
game.
should have won.
No, that was a real close game. The Steelers should have won that game. Actually, that was a tight one. I can't remember who else played.
I don't remember. I know someone else played.
Yeah, whatever.
I do know another team played, but whatever.
Yeah, the streaming service thing. I mean, Netflix obviously has just got the world by the balls, and so does Amazon, kind of. So if you're gonna go with either one of those, I think it's all right.
I feel like I hear a lot of people getting rid of Netflix, though.
Well, you can't blame them because of how much it's gone up. Like,
how much it's gone up, and it's just kind of like people say there's just like really nothing on there anymore. And that's another problem. Streaming services suck. It's like, hey, you want to watch this show? Like, well, that show looks pretty good. Well, you got to get this one. And then it's like, hey, you want to watch this movie? Oh, you got to have this.
Yeah, that's
it's like you got to have Hulu, or you got to have HBO Max or Peacock, whatever. It's like there's hundreds of them now. It's like, oh, well, you can watch this on Fubo. It's like, what the hell is Fubo?
Yeah,
I never even heard of that.
Fubo TV.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never even heard of it. Yeah, like the clothing brand.
Yeah,
like you get from like Rainbow or something like that.
Yeah, but
diabolical.
Speaking of like ESPN and shit, this is another good point. They're trying to save their ass by basically taking over the NBA on TNT.
I'd seen that. NBA is no longer on TNT.
Yeah, RIP to that. RIP to like legitimately probably the greatest sports show there was for.
So like those guys are just out of jobs now. They're not going to go to like a different show, or are they like?
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I don't follow it that deeply.
Neither do I.
But yeah, that was a big deal because that also happened during the final game of the Pacers-Knicks series. Congratulations to the Indiana Pacers moving on to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Second time ever in franchise history. First time since 2000. It's about time. They kind of got dicked over during the 90s because you had to get through the Bulls. And then they had like a year, 2 years after Jordan retired. And then the fucking Lakers ran it back to back to back. So they kind of like the Pacers just got dicked in that like short span of years, that decade there. But they're finally in it now. I'm torn. I could absolutely see OKC pushing their shit in.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel. And like, I'm not trying to be like, everyone's saying like I'm a Pacers hater. I'm not hating on the Pacers. I think it'd be cool to see them win. But I think OKC's defense is just so disgustingly good.
Yes.
And someone made a really good point. I don't know if I've talked to you. I don't think it was you that I talked about this with, but one of the Pacers thing is how many open shots they get.
Mm-hmm.
Like how they
move the ball around very quickly and
they just get open
yeah.
And they just have like, again, wide open shots.
Mm-hmm.
OKC is going to put the clamps on that. They're not going to let that slide. That's why I feel like there is potential that OKC just, like you said, just like claps their cheeks, like just surgically removes their cheeks.
Yeah, that's very well possible. I do think though, like I keep flipping back and forth. I could see either thing happening. I really could see the Pacers winning too.
I can. I definitely can see them like
team.
going on this great run, and just like doing it. I'm really torn on like what to do. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm really torn.
Because like OKC right now is minus 700. Like they're 7-1 favorites to win the series.
That's insane.
It is insane. But you know what else is insane? The Cleveland Cavaliers were 7-1 favorites to win that series too.
Yeah, the Cavs were nuts,
and the Pacers put one on them.
Yeah,
like they fucking made light work of the Cavs. They had a great series against the Knicks. No one thought they were going to do what they did against the Knicks though too. And also like, I think it's not only like, oh, they're just getting lucky. They're coming like, no, dude, they came back from 20-point deficits like 3 or 4 times now against. You went against the Cavs and then against the fucking Knicks too. And then they obviously set that record of like most points come back by in like less than a minute and 40 something to go. Like they are capable. They are never down and out. Like that team could be down by 20, 25 and it's like, oh shit, it's still not over. If it's a third quarter, even fourth quarter, late in the fourth, it's like the Pacers could absolutely go on a
crazy run.
20-2 run right here. So that's it's going to be a really interesting series. I'm super excited. Also, shout out your boy half of the Kindizer crew will be 1/3 of the Kindizer crew will be at Game 3 First home game for the Pacers.
Hell yeah.
I bought tickets about 2 minutes after that game ended on Saturday night.
I think I actually saw you post that on your story.
I did, yeah. Me and
So
Stephanie.
I'm going to say you taking Stephanie?
Yeah,
Heck
she said she was down. I'm like, fuck it, let's
okay,
go.
well, yeah, she's not down. How about I go? Because
Yeah. It was the tickets.
I actually found some stickers, so you're going to have to pass those out.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I still have a couple, but yeah, I'll pass them out for sure.
People better be sharing. I'm just saying, people better be sharing. If you're my friends and listening to this, you guys better be spreading the word. Our subscriber count has not gone up in the last week, and I'm getting kind of pissed.
Oh my god!
I know.
We should just call it quits. Honestly.
Yeah, actually, this is our last episode. See you guys.
Take off for Pride Month.
Yeah,
we'll fire this thing back up when reality comes back. But
it's also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah, no one knows about that though. That's not that important, right?
I guess you're right.
Yeah, I'm super excited though. It's like insane to think about the fact that I'm going to that. Also going to be my first basketball game ever.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Basketball games are actually fun.
Never been to an NBA or any level basketball. I mean, fucking Clark Middle School, like.
No, they're actually really fun. I used to go.
I'm sure, yeah.
I don't know how. I actually got to go to like a pretty good era. I was young. I was in 5th grade, but it was like a month in a row every Friday. I was going to the Bulls games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. So Kirk Heinrich, Lou Aldang, Carlos Boozer.
Lou Aldang, dude. Fucking Oh yeah, that was a
Derrick
group
Rose,
right there.
like prime D Rose. It's like 2011. So
Joakim Noah.
Yeah. I mean, Joakim Noah was awesome, dude. I know.
Shooting like a fucking girl.
Disgusting shot, dude. But he was a menace on defense, and he was pretty good in the paint. I mean, he was pretty good. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Disgustingly ugly.
Yes.
Shout out my mom, who was always like, he's just so cute. I'm like, that's disgusting.
What?
Yeah, she's like, I just want to go to games because I think he's so cute. I'm like, that's disgusting. Like, that guy is hideous. She's like, I like his curly hair. I'm like, that's crazy.
Bro.
Crazy work. I know.
No way.
Erica was down bad. Crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's fucking nuts.
I'm like, you see that guy's jumper, dude? I'm like, that's disgusting. It's awful. It's busted. You want that around your children? You're going to be teaching them to shoot like that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he shot like a 7-year-old girl shooting basketball. It's crazy. Yeah. Never seen anything like that.
It worked. It was insane. Like when he would very seldom. I don't know how many threes he made in his career. Probably count on one hand, but it worked. It was like insane how that worked too. But
yeah, I think a basketball.
Yeah, no, basketball games are fun, dude. They're actually pretty entertaining. Like not even just like the game itself, but like the stuff they do, like
all the other shit
breaks.
In between.
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard from a few people.
You got to let me know how the food is at that stadium. I've never been. What's the name of the stadium?
Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Yes. I'd only been there once. I went there for a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert. It was me, Stephanie, and my mom actually. Yeah, that was the only time I've ever been there.
Yeah, I think Stephanie said. I swore she mentioned something else that she's seen there, but she did say
she might have.
She said she went there once. I think that's what it was for. She said the Chili Peppers, but
yeah, because I remember we went there. That year was actually nuts. I saw them like 3 times that year. I saw Lala, and I saw them there. Then they came back to Chicago, played the United Center, and I went again. It was like all within like one summer.
Nice. You got to see the same like 12 songs.
Dude, it was great. It was awesome. I mean, the Lala story, that's the best one. I mean, I've said that on the show before. Lala was nuts.
Yeah.
That was an awesome experience. Yeah. Insane.
But I'm like, to think of, I'm just like very thankful that I'm actually like, I have the fucking means to be able to go and do that.
No, that's awesome,
like,
dude.
It's kind of crazy. Like I said, it doesn't.
Going back to Indy?
Yeah. The finals just don't come to this area. Like, we know the Bulls aren't going to be good for a long time. Like, they're just not.
Yeah, we'll get into that actually right after this.
Yeah, they're not relevant. I'm not going to travel to Milwaukee to see the Bucks if they make it because I could just really give a shit less about the Bucks. It's kind of cool that like, hey, I'm
to Giannis and Dalla Dame.
Well, we'll see about that. Giannis will probably end up being gone, I would guess, by next year, but that's just my guess.
Would be stupid.
That's my prediction.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But yeah, like it's cool being from Indiana. Indiana's it's a huge basketball state.
Yeah.
In and of itself. Like, that is what Indiana was really before the Colts took off. Like, it's a basketball state.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, IU, Larry Bird out of French Lick.
Yeah. And then the Pacers themselves.
Pacers, yeah.
Like, yeah. So, I mean, it's cool that, like, that it's happening here. It's in the Midwest. It's 2 small market teams, which also, this is another interesting fact. In the 22 years that the luxury tax has been around in the NBA, this is the first time that both teams in the finals are neither one of them is paying a luxury tax.
Yeah,
because they're both so young, which is fucking awesome. You want that. That is exactly like what you want to have, you know?
Yep.
Because they're so good. Like, it's not like, oh, it's two teams that aren't paying a luxury tax. They really don't have any superstars. They're not like anything special. It's like, no, both of these teams are putting on like epic performances. Like OKC obviously doing their thing on their side, and SGA is just the guy's scoring 30 plus points a game. He's kind of unstoppable. And then the Pacers, like the argument that like they've been talking about on Pat McAfee show a lot. So I'm not going to sit here and act like it's an original thought of mine, but it's a very good point. Like how we've talked about, they don't really have like a superstar, you know, it's kind of like Tyrese Halliburton is kind of the guy, but then he's kind of not. And Pascal Siakam is like, he's kind of the guy, but he's kind of not. It always like rotates.
Hey, he won the MVP or the conference finals MVP.
He did, which was very funny because did you see the video of fucking
Halliburton like thought it was going to be him.
he started walking up to him. Yeah, and that's because no one knows. They don't really have a clear cut like number one guy, which is fine though because that team is so deep and their bench puts up so many points a game that is like a sixth man out there on the court virtually for them.
Yeah.
And it's like that is their superstar. Like their ability to do that is their superstar. So
I'd agree.
It makes it really interesting to see these two match up the way they are, and that's why I'm super fucking pumped for. Like I can't, but that first game there, at least that's why I got game 3 too. It's on a Wednesday. It's on a Wednesday. It's the 11th. Because I thought about getting game 4, but well, to be honest, they were more expensive because it's on a Friday.
Yeah.
And then also I'm like, I want to see them while there's still some hope and energy, because if they lose the first 2 in OKC and they would say lose the first game and it's like try not to get swept on that Friday night.
Yeah.
That place is going to be like very hard to stay alive halfway through the game if you're down by 20 and you're down 3-0 in the series. So it's like I'm going to the first game and it's a little cheaper, so it's benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I can't wait to see like all the fucking like famous people that are there, like the performances that get put on and shit during like you said, the in between like breaks and this and that, and just to feel the energy in like crowd, like a basketball crowd.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, as much as I hate on basketball and it can be boring, sorry, I'm kind of going on a little rant, but I'm like super fucking excited. It's fucking crazy. But like just watching it, we were watching Saturday's game against the Knicks at Square Roots. We were sitting at the bar watching it, and like when Halliburton stepped back and hit that deep ass 3, it was like I just naturally, I couldn't even help it. I was like, oh, and it's like, dude, I'm not even a huge basketball fan, but you like cannot help but like just get hyped when you see like nasty shit happen, like when a team goes on a cool run.
Yeah.
So that's I'm fucking so excited, and it's so sick to think about. Like, literally 1 week ago, went to the Indy 500 and had that experience that we did, and then 2 weeks after that, going to an NBA Finals game. It's like fucking incredible.
You gotta get
life
a police
is awesome.
escort, dude.
Life is fucking awesome. Yeah, I should get a police escort. I should pay for one.
And you should get a suite.
I don't think that's happening because the tickets were quite expensive, and we are about 5 rows from the top of the stadium in the corner. But I did get us end seats.
That's
so
cool.
That's all that I'm worried about. That'll be nice.
You gotta talk to your plug on Windy City Smokeout tickets.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Actually, yeah, he called me today again at 4 p.m. I'm like, I actually set my phone in the bathroom and I went and I was laying down in my room just like decompressing, kind of doing some like, I don't say like meditating, I guess, but like, you know, chilling out, laying on the floor,
unwinding
stretching.
as people do.
Yeah, like actual like decompressing.
Which people should do more. I'm just saying.
100%. Yeah, it'll make you feel amazing. And I got up and I get back to the bathroom and I'm like, missed call. I'm like, who the fuck called me? Well, I'm like, I'm not calling you back. I'm sorry. I'll just call you tomorrow.
You gotta hit him up, dude. If he's like, hey, I got Windy City Smokeout passes, I'm like, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
But just moving on from the basketball thing, I'd seen some NFL things that I just want to touch on. So I'd sent you this one. NFL notifications has been a page that we've kind of like said is a little rage baity, but they kind of cooked the other day. So former NFL GM Mike Tannenbaum says, I am not convinced about Caleb Williams in Chicago. So NFL Notifications puts out something that said Mike Tannenbaum's QBs drafted. Tim Tebow, who we traded for, Brooks Bollinger, Kellen Clemens, Brad Smith, Eric Ainge, Mark Sanchez, Greg McElroy, Brandon Doughty. The former word is always key.
Mm-hmm.
So loved that. That was awesome. Actually, I need to spin back on basketball because I had something I wanted to touch on that Tibbs is out. They fired him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So someone said something. I forgot who. Oh, it was actually Tom Waddle. He had said, okay, he's like, here's a thought. Tom, Tibbs has done this before. If the Bulls, he's like, I actually don't hate the thought of like bringing him back, letting him bring in like someone that like his people, and maybe trying to help rebuild this team and get them to like a actual competitive point. I don't hate the thought either, honestly. He's done it before. I don't hate the thought of that. We are in head coaching hell right now, or I think our head coach sucks. It wouldn't be bad.
I would say the biggest problem with that is no matter what, you still have the biggest. The big concern is that it still comes from the top.
Yeah,
and ultimately, like you could bring Tibbs back, and he's gonna come there, maybe make him playoff bound for 2, 3 years, 4 years, and then the fans are gonna start to get sick of that, just like they did before. It's like, God, we just can't get over the hump. This guy fucking sucks. He can't get the big job done.
He just can't get through LeBron was the biggest thing.
Yeah, and it's like he can't get it done. And now he can't get it done again with the Knicks. I mean, he's gotten it done in a sense of he's made them a relevant franchise again.
Yeah.
For the first time in a while.
25 years. Exactly.
Yeah, since they made the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Yes. Made the playoffs in 4 of the last 5 seasons and led them to consecutive 50-win seasons for the first time since the 90s. So he's made them relevant again and really hyped up New York. But if he comes to the Bulls and does that again, all that's going to happen, the problem is he does that, and over the span of those 4 or 5 years, the Bulls are going to make some trades, spend some money, and they're going to get some guys that are pretty good, and then we still have the same owner, and in 5 years it's going to be like, it's time to cut him loose, but blow it all up. It's time to rebuild. Yeah. Get rid of this guy, get rid of that guy, and it'll be a dog shit team with a brand new head coach that sucks again, and it'll just be back to square one, just like the White Sox, just like the fucking Bulls in previous years. Like,
would we take? I think fans would honestly take that. I think the most fans would be like, you know what? Give me a few years of success.
Maybe. I don't know. I think you'd rather find a coach that. Maybe you'd like to.
It's hard to find a coach that's like a Tomlin or something like that,
Yeah, for sure. But I think you'd like to find a coach that who I don't think would be a terrible coach would be Mike. What's his name? Mike? I think it's Mike Malone, the Nuggets coach that just got fired.
Oh yeah.
Michael Malone.
Is that his name? I don't know, but I know.
believe so.
Yes, I do know who you're talking about.
Why not him? He's a fucking winner. He can clearly get the job done.
That was kind of a crazy firing.
It was crazy. They were about to go into the playoffs.
They're like, yeah, what is going on?
About to go into the fucking playoffs, and they're like actually playing good ball, and they're like, get the fuck out of here. And then they look at the GM, they're like, you get the fuck out of here too. Like, what?
It's like Brian Kelly when he left Notre Dame. I mean, they were going on a playoff run. Like, they were about to start their playoff run, and he's just like, yeah, I'm going to LSU.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like that meme of that guy just like when he like fades out, those sign. Just like it's like insane. He's like, and then obviously Brian Kelly picked up like the Southern accent being in Louisiana for 2 days.
Yeah.
Me and my family, we are so happy to be here. It's like, what the hell, dude? This is crazy. You've been here for fucking 48 hours. What the hell's wrong with you?
Dude, that doesn't happen like that.
And he's like sitting there dancing with like recruits and all that, and they end up decommitting. They're probably like, I can't play for this bozo. Look at this guy. This guy looks like a clown.
Yeah.
But anyways, nonetheless.
But I think Malone would be a great spot for the Bulls because he's a guy who, whatever reason, he lost his job, and he's got a fucking fire under his ass. That dude, like, he gets heated. Like, watch him. He looks a lot like he reminds me a lot of God damn it, the coach for the God damn it, why am I fucking forgetting his name? Dan Hurley. He looks a lot like Dan Hurley. Like, he runs up and down the court. He gets ejected from the fucking game. Like, he's screaming at that's what the Bulls need. We need someone that has like some goddamn passion. Yeah. A lot like the White Sox. Like, we need a spark, and we need a coach that's capable of winning. And I think he's capable of winning. I think it'd be better than getting Tibbs back. But I'm sure Chicago fans would like. I think the idea sounds good at first. It's like, bring him back. Like, dude, after what we've been through. It's like getting like back together like in a toxic relationship. It's like, yeah, the idea sounds great, and then once you're in it, you're like, why did I do this? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like, oh no, this guy does suck. I do remember now. I don't like this guy. I actually do hate this. Yeah. Speaking of something I freaking hate, this is insane, dude. So PFF, per John Costco, he released a list of the top 10 cornerbacks
This is a list 1 through 10. This is how it goes. Sauce Gardner, Pat Surtain at 2. Then Trent McDuffie, Jalen Johnson, Derek Stanley, DJ Reed, Marlon Humphrey, Christian Benford, Jair Alexander, and Denzel Ward. Immediately nulled. Sauce Gardner at 1 and PS2 at 2.
No, that doesn't make sense.
What the hell? Okay, and then Sauce Gardner, this moron. I forgot the guy's name already. I'm going to look up just Sauce Gardner because I forgot the guy's name because I have a smooth brain. He throws out here he goes. He says, them fake and forced narratives can't stop reality. Been one of them ones with the shushing emoji. I've been saying it. I'm pretty sure PFF has like kind of cooked him a few times throughout the season of just like stats, and I should have tried to like find receipts so I just don't seem like I'm talking out of my ass.
Yeah.
Of him like just not being that good.
Yeah, well, that's like some of the comments on it. Like someone's like, he ain't even in the top 20. He's just a high risk corner that gives up a lot of chances to get 6 interceptions a year. It's like, yeah. I mean, virtually. Okay. I still think he's really good, but yeah, I mean that is a valid point. That's kind of what he is.
The first comment on mine says, "No Bengals corners? Are we serious?"
That's hilarious. See, I don't even have
the Christian
that one.
Gonzalez disrespect. That's actually a really good point too.
Yeah, Gonzo did get a little disrespected, but also that team was shite, so it's kind of hard to defend him. I'm kind of shocked Derek Stingley's down at 5.
Yeah, there's a few people saying that it's kind of crazy.
I almost maybe think he had a better year than Jalen Johnson, but I mean,
Jalen Johnson's biggest thing this year is he didn't have the picks.
Yeah,
that was his thing. He didn't have the picks, but the passes defended were there, and obviously the QBRs were there. Just the picks.
I really don't. Even like, I'm shocked Xavier McKinney didn't make it on the list.
Someone said, "Where's Cooper DeJean?" Shouldn't the defensive player of the year have been number 1? It's like, again,
yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, that's why like PFF shit just doesn't even get me going when I see shit and they're like,
it's ass.
Yeah, they're pretty much always like, they take a huge swing and miss at so much shit that I can't worry about it anymore when I see it.
Yeah, I mean, there's just like there's a ton of narratives. Yeah, it's just not good.
Yeah. Oh, this was well, we could stick to shitty lists and go
ahead.
ML Football with their list that they put out was a top 10 wide receivers in the NFL in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So top 10, you got Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Marvin Harrison, Torrey Holt, Chad Johnson, Hines Ward, Steve Smith Sr., Reggie Wayne, Isaac Bruce, and Quan Bolden. And even Chad Johnson quote tweeted ML Football post and said, "Replace me with Andre Johnson, and where the fuck is Calvin Johnson?" Like, hey, look, I am a huge. When I got into football, I got into football a lot because I loved that St. Louis Rams team. I loved Isaac Bruce. I loved Torrey Holt. I loved Adam Archuleta. I loved that whole team. So I got a lot of respect for those guys. But I mean, Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce being on that list, and yeah, Calvin Johnson not having a spot on there, like, kind of fucking criminal.
It's actually kind of crazy, like that. So ball knowers.
Chad Johnson should be on the list also, though, by the way. He thinks he's been being humble.
No,
which is shocking
agree.
Coming from him.
Yeah, no shit.
Very shocking. But
the Viagra man himself.
Yeah.
How are you going to catch me running on 3 legs?
Hell yeah.
But I feel like now, just because granted, he's in the Hall of Fame. Calvin Johnson, a.k.a. Megatron, his career, like, isn't even, like, there's still some left to like still be like wanted because he retired early.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, just because he's like, I'm getting the shit beat out of me and my team's ass.
All for nothing.
Yeah, and like literally for no reason.
Yeah.
But like I feel like he kind of gets disrespected now. Like he does like get kind of forgotten, unless obviously you know ball. If you know ball, as I'm saying, it's like smooth brain normies. I feel like kind of forget about him.
Yeah, I feel like he gets brought up a lot. Just in football games in general, they kind of always have to like. I feel like they always end up mentioning.
Well, I mean, if
like
anyone wants to talk
Megatron.
about the receiving yards like record,
Well, that's what I'm trying to find. I didn't screenshot it, and I should have because I'm an idiot. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Oh, another ML football post.
Oh my God.
Asked who had a better career, which so far, I mean, it's not one of them is not over, but who had a better career, Devontae Adams or Calvin Johnson?
I mean, we just can't even.
Well, you kind of can compare, only in the sense so the big difference here, like the big standout is Calvin Johnson, 731 catches for 11,619 yards. Devontae Adams, 957 catches, so 226 more catches, 11,844 yards. So 226 more catches and only 200 more yards.
That's fucking nuts.
That is nuts, but Devontae Adams has 20 more receiving touchdowns with 103. Devontae, 6 1,000-yard receiving seasons. Calvin Johnson, 7. They both made 6 Pro Bowls, and Devontae, 3-time All-Pro. Calvin Johnson, 4-time All-Pro. I'm not debating. I think you'd probably still have to lean Calvin Johnson because the number of catches to the yards is fucking absurd when you consider what we've watched Devontae Adams do too.
Yeah.
But I mean, his stats nonetheless, like seeing that kind of did make me think like, holy shit, I think the people fucking forget how good Devontae Adams is. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, Devontae Adams was nuts. I mean, he was nuts.
And now he's on the Rams with Puka Nacua.
Yeah, I think this is.
I think it's gonna be fucking great.
No, I think this is Devontae Adams. This is. If this is not his last year, next year definitely. He's what, 32?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I think he's 32.
I'll look it up really quick.
We're definitely going to see the demise, like the latter end of his career. He's going to start turning into like that DeAndre Hopkins thing where it's just like
32.
Yeah. Because I remember obviously the talks of him potentially coming to Chicago and all that stuff. People are like, well, he's 32 years old. And I'm like, well, you could have something left in the tank, definitely. But
they'd be pushing it.
Yeah, it definitely would.
It. Especially, I guess, because now you're kind of going to be team hopping. I mean, you went from, why am I forgetting where he was before the Jets?
The Raiders.
Yeah, went from the Raiders, then to the Jets. Now he's on the Rams. Stafford's going to end up retiring probably within the next year or two at the most. Yeah. So maybe he's got a year or two left at the Rams at the most. And then what do? Go to another team at 34, 35? Like, yeah, it's probably...
You just don't die somewhere, dude. Don't go to like Carolina and just die. Like,
I'd love it to see Devontae go out this year, have like
a huge year,
1,500 yards, double-digit touchdowns. Call it quits after that year.
Yeah, it's like I'm done. Like,
yeah, it's like fuck it, I'm retiring. Like hell yeah,
that would be smart. That'd be awesome. Go out with the bang, like right on the sunset, instead of just like, well, he's dead. Like he's just like a shell of his former self out there.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was gonna say he's kind of got the perk of playing under another elite quarterback. So that's gonna be a pretty awesome combo. I think I'm excited about. And speaking of elite quarterbacks, this was an interesting post from Dov Kleiman.
Oh God,
yeah, our other clown. Said one's got to go. And the choices are Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Who do you get rid of? And, of course, people in the comments are saying what they're saying, but I'm curious who you say.
Probably Lamar.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm probably going to get rid of Lamar. It's either Lamar or Josh Allen.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, I've seen Joe Burrow obviously be Joe Burrow and be nuts. Patrick Mahomes. Lamar and Josh Allen, I mean, I've just seen them both like struggle when we really, really need them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like down to the wire, like really, really like, hey guys. And granted, you could make the argument that it's like not. It sucks because it's just like a product of like their team. I mean, obviously it's not just them.
Yeah. But
it's like everything always falls down on the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Even if the quarterback's not like that bad, it's like, well, our team sucks because our quarterback plays in the elite. That's why our team sucks. Like, well, actually, there's like fucking 21 other guys on that field, but nevertheless. But yeah, I mean, we've just seen them like this past year. I mean, what happened, or year before? It's like, hey, when it really gets down to the wire, they just can't. It just doesn't happen.
I guess my thought on it. See, I was in the boat of saying get rid of Burrow, only because Mahomes is out of the question. You cannot get rid of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like in football right now, he is the fucking
unless he's playing the Eagles or Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2020 or 2018.
Was it 20? I think it was 2020.
Dude, I don't. Was it?
I think it was 2020.
Nevertheless, if Tom Brady's on the Buccaneers or even on the Patriots, or if Jalen Hurts and the Tush Push exist, then I don't want.
Yeah, they beat him before, so I mean it's doable. They've done it.
And, yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, I think obviously he's out of the question. To me, I guess just as football as a whole, I think Lamar Jackson brings he's like fucking Mike Vick.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy runs for over 1,000 yards. He jumps and leaps over people, hits them with the juke, the spin move. Like, he clearly has the ability to throw the ball like no one thought he could. He's finally proven that he could be extremely accurate, throw for 4,000 plus yards, 4,500 yards. And then Josh Allen is the same way. The dude's a fucking bull in a china shop out there. He runs dudes over. He's built like a linebacker. He's in the backfield like fucking just like Lamar, running around, dodging dudes, juking them or trucking them.
That's a difficult question because they're all
I was actually proud of that post because I'm like that is a difficult question, which is why I do think I'm like the answer is kind of Joe Burrow, I guess, because Mahomes was doing the same shit too. Mahomes will scramble around and run for 45, 50 yards a game. He has done what he's needed to do to win every single time without fail. And you see those other guys do that. And Joe Burrow's kind of the only one that's like he's virtually a statue back there compared to the other three on that list.
But he's nuts. I mean,
he is nuts. Yeah, he's phenomenal. He is phenomenal. But I just that was
granted T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. But I feel like he could still be pretty damn good if you take them away.
Yeah, for sure. I thought that was interesting. And then I did want to shit on the Lions and their All-Pro center, Frank Ragnow, for retiring.
Yeah.
What a dickhead. That. Way to fucking screw the team over, buddy.
Yeah, it's everyone's everyone's kind of happy that the Lions are kind of like just getting torn apart.
Dismantling.
Yeah, it's insane.
Literally dismantling. Somehow they still are odds-on favored to win our division. Their over-under on wins is like 10.5. And they have a really tough schedule too, but they have a brand new OC, brand new DC. They lost now I think 3 pieces on the O-line. They lost 2 D linemen. Like,
yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's definitely going to be I think those odds definitely swing closer to the season, if not right after week 1.
For sure, probably after week 1 or 2, it's going to totally flip. I personally am taking the Lions under 10.5 wins this year. I think they're going to slide back. They're coming off 15-2. The last 2 years now, they've made 2 deep playoff runs. They've had 2 really bad losses. They've played more games than a lot of other teams. You know, like the Bears. You got a lot of young guys who don't have any experience and are brand new to the team. But
yeah.
Just a lot of well-rested guys. Lions have been battling it out. They went through how many injuries? Like 21 guys on IR from just defense alone last year.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Aiden Hutchinson coming off a fucking broken leg. Aline McNeil tore his ACL in I think it was the NFC Championship game. Like, it just so much shit went wrong for them last year. It's a lot of stress, and then losing the OC, losing the DC. It's like, man, it is. I could see a 6-game slide. They went 15-2 also. Like, they played their fucking asses off last year, which props to them. But I could see them sliding back to 9-8.
Yeah, I could see
not
8,
impossible. Yeah, it'll be right there. It'll be right around that. But I think, I mean, even 10 would still win the bet if you take the under.
Yeah.
10-7, it's very doable for the Lions, I think.
100%.
Yeah. But, I just wanted to shit on him and make it a point that he's a dickhead for retiring on his team 2 months before the season starts, just throwing him under the bus, basically throwing him to the wolves.
Piece of shit.
So shitty, dude. The irony is that the joke I'm making is because I don't actually feel that way, but I needed to make that point because that is how people talk, like with Aaron Rodgers. Of course, I have to suck the skin off of him for a bit, but it's funny how
it's crazy. It's every week.
How
got to get over it.
Yeah, like how everyone he comes out at the beginning. He's like, I'm still deciding if I want to play. Also, he's 40.
We talked about
41.
This last episode.
Yes, and it needs to be said every episode.
It does indeed. Nobody cares that much.
They do care because they fucking talk about it every week. And is he going to sign with the Steelers? Is he going to sign with the Steelers?
That's just your feed, dude, because you glaze him.
Joey Taylor is not my fucking feed. Joey Taylor's out there bitching about a guy who's not even on their fucking team that she's rooting for. So, I mean, it's a huge deal. But my point is, like, just over the last few years, everyone always bitches about him, like, just fucking decide. And it's like, well, you're bitching at him, and he's literally twice the age of Frank Ragnow. Also has taken how many hits and shit like that, whatever. Now coming to torn Achilles, all that shit. And then a guy like Ragnow just literally without coming out and being like, I might not play next year, out of the blue is just like, I'm not playing. And everyone's like, hey, you know what? It's all right, buddy. You did great. You were fucking awesome. It's like,
I think that's a bad argument. I think you're making, okay, granted, Rodgers has taken a lot of hits. A center's getting, like,
oh, for sure.
hard every single snap.
I'm not saying he's taking fucking harder or more hit. I'm just saying you're talking about a 41-year-old to a guy who's played 7 years in the league as opposed to 20.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just funny, like, how everyone gets so pissed off when Rodgers gets brought up about that. Like, is he going to retire or not? And it's like, he's such an asshole. Was he stringing teams along? Is that's the argument, I guess. People are like, he's stringing them along. And I'm like, well, what's the difference of a guy who fucking comes out June 2nd and retires on his team? Like, it's only like the most important position next to quarterback on the team. He's the fucking center. It's crazy. I'm not shitting on Ragnow. He's a beast. The guy who's played through a bunch of shit.
Anymore.
He had a fractured throat. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing, but he had a fractured throat at one point.
You fracture your throat.
He played all through the playoffs last year with a torn pec. He tore his pec in like week 16, week 17, dude. And fucking played the entire playoffs and played out of his mind. He is a monster.
I can't imagine tearing a pec. That'd be awful.
Yeah, and then also playing still.
Yeah, that's fucking
tearing a pec. I'd be crying in my bed for 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So I mean, he is a beast. Yeah, I'm not shitting on him. It was kind of funny to make the point.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially in division thing, it'll get some Packers fans fired up. But
if there's any listening, if you're a Packers fan, drop a comment.
Yeah, that's a good point. Leave a comment if you're a Packers fan and you happen to hear this. I think that was it on football that I seen.
All right, for sure.
Pretty much, yeah. Did you see Magnus Carlsen freak out when he lost that chess match?
I did see that.
Like a 19-year-old.
That was he 19 or 17? Yeah, I know he was super young.
Maybe 7. I don't know. I can't remember.
But yeah, it was like kind of awkward, and I loved at the end of the video how it's like everyone like pans to the crowd, and they're just like, some people are like clapping, and some people just like look confused. Like,
I don't get why people are so like, I think it's like that's totally normal. He's literally the best in the fucking world, and he just lost. Like, sorry, like Tom Brady doesn't get pissed when he loses.
Yeah,
no, like that's what happens.
People are probably like, well, you know, it's chess, so chess you're supposed to be like,
you don't see that in chess.
Yeah, you're supposed to be proper and all this stuff, and he's like, slam. She's God. Hey, he at least had like
he held it back
to like shake the guy's hand, like dap him up, and like, hey, good job, and all that.
Yeah,
he's like sitting there freaking out. He's like, God. He's like, God. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, now that is gonna get people watching. You're going to be selling out stadiums here soon. People want to see those types of reactions.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought being real would actually draw attention to what you're doing?
I would just like to see the drywall in his bedroom after that, though, because he's probably definitely like punching holes.
Yeah, 100%.
That was awesome.
He's losing his shit when he got home for sure.
Oh yeah, his dog got kicked immediately.
He maintained though. That was pretty awesome. The fucking snap reaction to just like slam the table and he's like, and then he goes immediately like, sorry, like walks away pulling his hair. It's like, dude, he kept it together for how fast he actually snapped when he lost.
Yeah, that was good, dude. That was good.
Yeah, you love to see that.
You really do. I love that, especially like boring stuff like that. Like seeing emotion, like stuff like that is awesome. It's really great.
Definitely.
But yeah, what else you got?
I did one other thing. It sucks because we were actually we kind of been having like some fun here and talking about good stuff and all that, and it would have been probably a better point to bring up earlier when we were mentioning the whole Pride Month thing. But King of the Hill voice actor, guy who played John Redcorn, he died. He got murdered.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he got murdered the other day.
Oh my God.
What? Yeah. Apparently it's.
I was thinking like he just like died or something. He's like, no, he got murdered.
No, he was only like 59 or 58. Yeah, he got murdered.
I'm not like so sorry.
I know.
I just like I was not expecting. Just like he got murdered. Like,
you're gonna feel even worse for laughing at why he got murdered. Happy June 1st. He got murdered because he was gay, apparently.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, they live in Texas. Him and his husband lived in Texas.
Yeah.
His husband put out a statement saying what happened. To me, it's kind of weird how it's worded. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But basically, they were checking the mail at their former house. It says the house was burned down after over 2 years of threats from people in the area who repeatedly told us that they would set it on fire. We reported these threats to the police multiple times. Nothing was done. Throughout that time, we were harassed regularly by individuals. Made it clear they did not accept our relationship. Much of the harassment was openly homophobic. And it said we returned to the site to check our mail. I don't understand when. There's no time. When was the house burned down? Also, like, I don't know. That just seems it's goofy. But they went back to check the mail. The people, their dog also died in the fire. Somebody took the dog's skull and like body and shit and chain, like bones basically, and put it in the fucking like right in the driveway. So it was like super visible. So they walked up.
What the hell?
Yeah, they walked up. They were checking their mail. They see their dead dog, and they basically just like fall to their knees and they're like sobbing and shit. And then apparently a neighbor came up and just like executed him. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why the husband wasn't shot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said,
that's kind of crazy.
That's all coming from the husband. That's a post that he put out. I'm like, that seems weird. Give us a time frame on the fucking. You're checking the mail. We were checking in the house. You said like this house for over 2 years. You've been like having threats and like so people just recently burned your house down. You went back to check the mail. You find your dog. Dude, I would just like. And then why do they kill him and not you when you're standing right next to him?
Yeah, that is a little sus,
right?
But just like even just like all the way back from the beginning, it's like, dude, I probably would have moved. After a certain amount of time.
Well, maybe. I mean, it sucks.
I mean, I get like just being like, hey, like. Trying to make a point, like, okay, what does it matter? Like, we're not even doing anything. We're just literally gay over here. And it's like,
yeah,
but like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
like, getting threats and stuff. I think that'd be the point where it's like, all right, dude, you know what? Like, I actually probably should just go. Like, these people are nuts. I don't even know if anything were to happen, but just in case, probably get out of here.
That's the thing. That is the whole point of Pride Month. Is like we should be able to fucking stand wherever we want and people shouldn't hate us for what we do, blah, blah, blah. And I shouldn't have to move just because my neighbors are homophobic. Hey, man, sorry, that's how the fucking world works. That's just how the world works. I hate to break it to you, but whether you're gay or not, it doesn't matter. If I move to Fifth Avenue in Gary, you better believe my ass is getting harassed nonstop and my shit's getting fucked with. Yeah. Sometimes you're just not welcome places. Does that make it right? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm not condoning it, but I'm just saying, make the decision yourself like you're saying. If I'm getting harassed and people are threatening to burn my house down, I'm just going to fucking move. I'm not going to try and, I'm putting my foot down on this. Fuck that. Yeah. I'm moving. I'm going somewhere that's...
These people are threatening my life.
Yeah, that's like, I will not move to Gary, Indiana because of that. Yeah. I know I will not be welcome. It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
and you live in Texas, so there's going to be certain parts of Texas that are like that. I'm sure there's areas of Texas that aren't like that. Well, you can go to Austin, Texas. Austin's super like liberal compared to the rest of Texas. Go there. It's like, again, I'm not condoning it. I'm not.
No, definitely not.
It's fucked up. It's ridiculous that people are like that. It's crazy that people would do some shit like that. But also, the story is just weird and doesn't...
Super sus.
Yeah, it's a little sus.
We should probably follow this one and see if something comes out where it's like, hey, this guy's actually...
It was the husband who murdered him. Oh! Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they actually have the nearest neighbor is a mile away.
Yeah, right? Yeah, like, something crazy.
Yeah,
I'd be interested to see what unfolds from this.
Yeah. But
happy Pride Month.
Yeah, apparently
with your pink microphone and your rainbow lights.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you're fucking celebrating. I didn't even notice it.
I'm just an ally.
I'm sorry, I love that. So much.
Well, yeah. Unless you got anything else, I think I'm gonna go make myself some dinner here.
No, I think that was pretty much it.
Alrighty. Well, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, and actually, just throw this in. Who do you have for the Stanley Cup Finals?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did want to touch on the NHL. I meant to, but then I'm like, kind of.
Just throw your pick. You can just throw your pick out there.
I'm
Personally, I don't watch Ice Puck game, but
ice puck game.
McDavid. So give me the Oilers.
Yeah, it's.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
That's all I'll say. Just because I want to see McDavid win.
I think I kind of covered it last week. Basically, what I said, like our last episode, Panthers extremely good offensively, defensively they're really good. Big Bob is standing on his head. He's fucking awesome in net. Their power play is really good, and their penalty kill's good. Edmonton, big downside is that fucking penalty kill literally does not exist.
Yeah.
And their defense is kind of meh. But their offense is so goddamn good that they can score 6 or 7 goals every single game. And then you got the worry of Stuart Skinner back there. He's playing good right now, but he's too wishy-washy for me. I'm going to take the Panthers to win this series. I am torn because I do like Connor McDavid, and I would love to see. You hate to see a guy who's going down as one of the greatest players of all time, a la Dan Marino, never get a championship.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a bummer that in every conversation that ever gets brought up, like, it has to be said, like, yeah, but he never won a Super Bowl. And same shit, like, McDavid is legitimately doing shit that is, like, watching Connor McDavid skate is fucking, it's like poetry in motion. Like, it doesn't make sense how he does what he does. And it's beautiful, and it's like, and he never got a cup. He never got a fucking cup, dude. He might though this year.
It might be the year.
It might be the year. If they win, I wouldn't be upset. Put it that way. But I think I'm kind of leaning Panthers personally. I think repeats are really cool.
Well, you guys heard it.
Awesome.
You guys heard it here.
Yeah.
So yeah, lock that in. Bet your house on it, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bet your house on the Pacers to win. Thanks.